perfect for what God has shown you, perfect to do that work. It is your time to lean in and unlearn your unbelief, unlearn your disbelief. Pack it away. Doesn't belong here. Not with you. God, please heal my unbelief. Let me walk in the faith that only comes from you. No matter what my reality looks like, remind me of the desires of my heart and allow me to walk in them in the power of you. I love y'all. That's all I got. Baby, I'm telling you, all I see is all I see. And I see us all in our rightful places, doing the thing, doing the things that God would have us do. So please take your rightful place. And I promise you, when you do, I will too. With that being said, please help me, help me, help me, help me to welcome our amazing, incomparable, best-selling author and high-performing business coach, Dr. Darlaina Rose. Hey, niece. Mm, I love you. You should come in the room. We miss you.
Happy Friday, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see all of you. Hey there.
Hey there.
Hey, hey, hey. Happy Friday.
Come on, $11 million club.
11 upgraded from
Yes.
10, right?
Yes, upgraded for sure.
I'm here for it. Seriously. It's good to see everybody.
Yeah.
I'm
Happy
starting
Friday.
to recognize names. Happy Friday there. Hey there. Great day. So it's week 4. We've been together for 4 weeks, y'all.
Feel like 4 minutes.
It's going by so quickly.
Yes, yes.
It's going by so quickly. Speaking of going by quickly, I can only imagine for anyone who really is new to LinkedIn and you really are using this time to get up to speed, I can only imagine that it's a lot. It can be overwhelming, right? LinkedIn can be daunting even for people who have been on this platform for years. So if you have gotten behind, please don't beat up on yourself, okay? Please don't. As a matter of fact, give you some time right now to jot down whatever your goal is for this week with LinkedIn. Take a look at your goal from last week. Give yourself a thumbs up, thumbs down as to whether or not you've been hitting your goals here. But good news, this week's lesson is pretty short, it's pretty quick. Not content writing this week. So if you are still catching up, it's all right. Okay, it is all right. Because our lesson is shorter today, that gives us more time to actually talk and discuss and for you to get any life coaching and share any of your aha moments. So we'll have a good roundtable today. And really, I can't say this enough. I don't want you to beat yourself up because so far you have created a new headline. And then this past week, you had an opportunity, hopefully, to finish up your about section, which was some serious content creation for some of you. Because in creating your about section, that meant that you had to tell your story. And for some of you, that meant you had to tell your story for the first time. Okay, so I understand the task at hand and that it can be overwhelming. So I just don't want you to beat up on yourself if you're getting behind. Although I must tell you, this is the last week, this is the last opportunity to wrap up your about section. There's no content creation this week for homework, but next week we get right back to actual content creation, actual writing. This week you're going to take a break from writing. It's a different task. But next week and the week after, that's serious content creation. So this is a good opportunity for you to wrap up your about section this week if you're still working on it. All right, let's see. Post contents this week goes. Oh, thank you, Miss Tori. Okay, yes. You just reminded me. Let me pull up something for you. Child, I haven't been in my own LinkedIn account in a minute. Sometimes I miss my own account. I got permission, so I need to show this to you. I just want you to see what progress looks like, y'all. Okay? Don't take it from me. I want you to see it for yourself. Okay? Now, you would have to talk to Miss Noreen about the before picture, okay? Because all I can tell you is this is what she has now, okay? This is what she has now. Let's see. Check it out. Check it out. Ms. Noreen did her homework
I
and look
love
what she created. Look what she created, y'all. Listen, this is what progress looks like, y'all. Okay, this is what it looks like. I just want you to take it in for a moment and maybe have some of the same aha moments that I had in looking at her page. The before picture I can't speak to. This I can, because from the time that I opened her page the other day, look at it. It's in your face. She's telling you straight up, you don't even have to scroll from this point. Right? So the impact of her brand right here, the visual impact right here, will be tattooed on somebody's brain that's in her ideal audience. Okay. Let me tell you really why this matters though, because this is so fresh on my brain. This happened just yesterday. It happens all the time. It really does happen all the time, but it happened just last night. So it's really fresh on my mind. There's a young lady here who wants to partner with me on a few projects. And on the surface, that sounded like a really good idea to me because she's got some major visibility in local business. So I thought, okay, this could be something. Well, she reached out to me on Facebook. And so that's how I really knew who she was, what she was about, her audience, all of the accolades and whatnot. Well, last night, I was going to look for somebody else that does what she does to get some insight in order to get prepared for a meeting with her today. Well, while I'm looking on LinkedIn for some insight, I just happen to type in her name. I go to her profile. I'm telling you, folks, I can't say this enough. As soon as I opened her page, literally right here, didn't scroll. All I did was open her page. And I said, oh, hell no. Hell no. Like, what do I look like partnering with somebody I can't even refer on the one platform I need to refer you on? Okay? Because I'm not going to refer you for business on Facebook. We in business, we doing real business. We about the dollars and cents of it all. We ain't doing that on Facebook. We're going to do that over here on LinkedIn. But honey child, I can't even refer you because your page looks like shit. We can't make this money right now. Not together, we can't. Okay. Now, if you want to pay me to overhaul your page, that's a different story. But as of today, I can't walk into this partnership 10 toes down. Okay. So thank you, Miss Noreen, for doing your homework. The impact is visible. Look at that, honey child. I'm telling you, I give you all the flowers, Miss Noreen. This looks fantastic. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. All right. So this week, might as well stay here. Actually, no, I'm going to pull it up for you so you can see what we're talking about for this week and walk you through this real quick, and I'll show you as well. So this is one of my favorite sections right here. This particular assignment is because it's so overlooked. This task that we're about to do is something that is so overlooked that just about every profile I look at on LinkedIn, people miss this section over and over and over again, or they just completely fail at it. So it's become my favorite because of the impact this one task will make in your overall LinkedIn footprint. So I'm really excited. Some of you know that on your profile, you have a section called skills. Okay, so if you scroll all the way down, probably about 3/4 of the way down on your page, 2/3 of the way down on your page, you'll see after your experience, there's a whole section and the header says skills. Okay, so I want you to take a few notes here because this is your assignment for this week is to complete the skills section. However, I'm going to give you some guidelines because I don't want you to fall in the category of people who really miss the opportunity of this section. So first things first, your skills section, and I'll jump over to LinkedIn and show you what this looks like as well. But your skills section, consider it to be the equivalent of SEO when it comes to your website. Okay, so some of you, when you had your website designed, your website, your webmaster asked you for a whole list of keywords and phrases that would become important for SEO purposes, search engine optimization. Well, think of your skills section as the same thing. It just looks a little different, but it's got the same purpose. Think of it that way, because if you think about it that way, you're going to be very strategic using this section for a number of reasons. Number one, this is your opportunity to puff your chest out. This is your opportunity to brag. Okay, this is it. So for the introverts in the room who have a difficult time putting paragraphs together about how dope you are, this saves the day because all you got to come up with for skills is words and phrases. Okay, no sentences here. So you get to brag without having to create full-on paragraphs, right? One of the main wins of this section, and this is why I need you to look at it as an SEO thing, is because if you do this section right, the algorithm gets on your side and does work for you. Okay, why is that important to you? Because LinkedIn and Google are best friends. LinkedIn and Google are best friends. So if your LinkedIn footprint is working in your favor, the algorithm will automatically increase where you stand within Google search results, allowing you to then stack your deck. Further stacking your deck, though, is the skills section is not just for you. Let me explain that. It's on your page. However, all of us have a skills section on our page. So from now on, I want you to start using it on other people's page. Okay, OPP, other people's pages, right? What does that look like? Let me show it to you. Let's go over here to LinkedIn. We're going to do this in real time. Bam. Perfect example. Perfect. Okay. On everyone's page, they got this skills section, right? Well, you notice under each skill, there is a button that says endorse. Yes? What that means is that you can be fostering relationships over here on LinkedIn by endorsing people for their skills. That said, what I want you to do is be very strategic in your approach, meaning if you land on someone's profile, you see their skills that are listed, and you scroll through this list and you see skills that actually apply to you, that you want to be found for, ultimately paid for, then you endorse someone for that skill. Why? Because the more times you do that on OPP, other people's profiles, the larger your footprint becomes for that skill.
Come on, T.
Y'all ain't hearing me.
Come on, T. That's a hey, clock it.
I'm telling y'all, I'm giving you the secrets.
Clock it. I heard it.
And that one little tip, let me tell you, that one little tip of endorsing other people for skills that you want to be found for is going to have two results. Number one, the person that you just endorsed is not used to being endorsed. Let me tell you. So they got a notification on their phone just now that says, Dr. Tawana Ross endorsed you for life coaching. They're looking at the phone like, oh, holy shit, let me go see what happened. Because it's unfamiliar to them. And then when they see it, oh, let me send her a message to thank her. They send me a message to thank me. What do? I respond. Fostering relationships on LinkedIn. That's one result. The other result is, like I said, your own footprint for that specific skill increases. So over time, even if you are not active on this platform, if you're simply endorsing people for skills here and there, if not on a regular basis, the algorithm is going to start working in your favor. Okay. Now, let me go back and give you a few. I think I got a couple other things for you on the skills because I want you to, this is your homework. So I got to set you up for what you're about to do and so that you can be strategic. This section is all about strategy. I realize that most people skip it because they think it represents like the skills of your resume. Like you go to your resume and copy and paste your skills into here. I know people do that, but that's not strategic. Okay. I want to give you some strategy. So in your notes, put down in your notes so that when you go to your Word document and start this homework assignment, you know right off the bat, for your skills section, you are allowed to add up to 50 skills, okay? And if you're my client, you're adding 50 skills. We can't let this section be anything less. If you want it to work for you, you're going to create in your Word document a list of 50 words or phrases. Okay, now I'm going to break down for you what goes in this 50. So hang on real tight. But here we go. First, let me just say this before I even click it because you can see it right here with your own eyes. LinkedIn automatically ranks all of your skills that were endorsed from top to bottom. Okay. So when it comes to making people understand what your brand is all about, okay, getting people to understand what your brand is all about is how we're going to strategically use the skills section. But as you see right here, before I click on the whole list, the top skills that my network has endorsed me for. This is not a tangible skill, folks. Okay? Not a tangible skill. But anybody who knows me, anyone who spent 20 minutes or more with me, knows that I operate from a space of gratitude all the time. All the time. So much so that these professionals all over the globe have landed on my profile and endorsed me for something that's not even a tangible skill. Okay.
That's
I'm
fire.
all about branding, folks. So I might be biased here as a branding coach, but your brand is directly tied to your financial well being if you are strategic. Okay. So 50 of these, but as I scroll through the 50, I'm just scrolling. I want you to see if you observe something in particular, and I'm going to point it out to you. So if you miss it, don't worry. I'm going to point it out. But see if you can observe what's listed in here. Okay. I'm going to point it out. When you go to create your list of 50, what I want you to do is a little bit of math, just a little bit of math, because coming up with 50 different words and phrases can be overwhelming. Okay. So I want you to create like a quadrant, buckets, if you will. And within your buckets, we're going to be strategic about what goes in the bucket. One of the buckets is going to be the obvious skills that you know you need to have in your lane. Those are going to be the tangible skills that if we look at a job description, it has these skills and you're supposed to have them, right? If you're in business and you know that you're a tax professional, you better have some tax acumen, right? So that's your obvious bucket, things that make sense for your lane. Okay. One of your buckets, though, actually two of your buckets, I want you to step away from the obvious. Okay. One of those buckets away from the obvious. So, soft skills related to your lane. Okay. Not tangible skills, but soft skills related to your lane. Let me give you an example. If you are a politician for a living, then one of the soft skills that could be required for your lane, but not necessarily uh, uh, possessed by the masses, right? That might be something like integrity. Okay. So you wouldn't see that on a description for a political role necessarily, but it would make you stand out. It would make your brand stand out if you were actually operating from a place of integrity as a politician.
Mhm.
That's something that would make you stand out. Okay. That's away from the obvious, though. Okay. So that's going to be your second bucket, away from the obvious, but still related to your lane. Okay. And then the third bucket that I want you to come up with will be words and phrases that have nothing to do with tangible or intangible skills at all. Instead, I want you to think about things you love slash things you love to do. Let me give you a real life example because this, I'm telling you, this works. Um, there's a client of mine on here who set a goal that she wanted to travel the world as a paid speaker, which is great. But when we worked out her strategy and her plan for all of this and how to use LinkedIn in getting her there, I honed in on something she loves to do. She loves to ride what do you call those? The Ferris wheels. She loves to ride Ferris wheels. Like that's her jam. So when we went to create her whole speaker model, we intentionally connected with event planners in all of the cities that have Ferris wheels that she's never traveled to. Okay. So this young lady spent her whole year working with me, going all over the world, speaking on stages, Man, that just made me mad. That just made me mad thinking about it. Do you know this heifer's first speaking engagement, her very first? Yes, I called her a heifer. Her very first speaking engagement was on stage at Texas Stadium. A Cowboys fan. Like, I'm a lifelong Cowboys fan. And I can't tell you the reward in seeing my client on stage at Texas Stadium. Okay, I'm not mad anymore. I'm happy again. But the thing is, in planning to strategically approach event planners in all of these cities that had Ferris wheels, allowed her to get paid to go do what she loves. This woman just traveled the world, not just, this was a few years ago, but she traveled the world for a whole year going to Ferris wheels and scheduling some sort of speaking event in that city. Okay. When we added Ferris wheels here to her skills section, it created a footprint for her here. Her digital footprint tied directly to Ferris wheels increased. So guess what happened? LinkedIn starts positioning her. You know how you're on your homepage or on someone's profile, and if you look off on the right-hand side, it'll say people, people like you or other profiles you should view, right? Things like that. She automatically started coming up in search results for Ferris wheels, right? So the footprint expanded just because we added it to her skills section, right? So what I'm telling you is that one of your buckets needs to be things that you love and things that you love to do so that you can be positioned in close proximity to like-minded people.
So can I add soul food, African food, and Jamaican food?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. Now, I'm sorry. Yes is the answer. However, there's a caveat, and this is for everybody, because yes, you should add all of the things that matter to you on your LinkedIn profile. Yes. The caveat is if you've got something random like jerk food as an example, but your profile is about everything else, you've got to weave it in somewhere else. Okay. There's got to be some sort of connection point. Okay. So in other words, it'll look like this. Here's a great example. I have the word nerd. Everybody knows I'm a nerd, right? But somewhere on my profile, and I might have changed it, but somewhere on my profile, I had a sentence that just a statement that talked about how I love being around other nerds, right? So there's got to be some other mention of this thing somewhere for it to connect. Okay. Now,
About
some
maybe.
it could be because you're talking about you up there. So if you say something like, yeah, my favorite flavors are dot dot dot, you absolutely. Where I might ask you to spend like 2 minutes thinking strategically is where can it go in your experience section so that you can subliminally tie that to what you get paid for. Okay, that's what my client did. She had Ferris wheels here, but she tied it to what she does for a living or wants to do for a living as a paid speaker. Okay, so it's just a different angle of the message, but wherever you put it, make sure that there is some sort of tie back somewhere. Okay, now this last bucket, and this is what I wanted you to observe in the scrolling, but you'll see it right here. This last bucket, I want you to come up with things that you can use variations for. Now, let me get specific. If you look at what I would call your top 10 skills, okay, if you made a list of the top 10 things that are most valuable that you bring to the table, of those top 10 things, I will argue that at least 9 of them are things that you want to get paid for. because they made it to the top. So I'm going to argue these are skills or traits or characteristics that you want to get paid for. So in that case, those should be things, skills, words, and phrases that we see variations of. Okay. The reason we need to see variations of the things at the top of your list is because LinkedIn is a search engine. Each one of these skills that you see listed, you saw it when I was on Miss Noreen's page, it had a button there that said endorse. It's because that skill is a clickable skill. You can click it, it's search result, right? If you click it, it takes you to a search for that phrase or that word. So if somebody simply types in the search field up here, if they simply type in life coach as an example, sure, they can find me because I have life coach listed as a skill. However, if they type any variation of that, they may not find me. Okay, so how do we fix that? We think of all the variations that someone might type when they're looking for someone that does what we do. That's why I was saying earlier, I need you to see this section as SEO. Okay. So when you think of what does someone search for when you want them to land on your website, whatever those search criteria were, put them here. And then repeat the ones that are at the top of the list. And by repeating, let me show you what I'm talking about. Different variations of the word or words that you want to be found for, right? Look at all the times you see the same thing repeated just differently. So instead of coaching somewhere, it might say coach, right? Instead of speaker, it might say speaking, right? Same skill, just a variation of what someone might look for when I need them to find me. Okay. That is your skills section. I want you to come up with 50 of them over the next week so that you can begin to have the algorithm work in your favor so that you can begin to teach us more about your brand in terms of the actual tangible and intangible skills that you bring to the table. And ultimately building and fostering relationships here because LinkedIn really is about networking. And I cannot tell you enough, this skill section and endorsing people used to be a thing back in the day. Like it was a regular thing back in the day. It's not as common anymore. So really, when you go endorse someone for their skills, they really are caught off guard in most cases. And they usually do send you some sort of thank you message. I love to use that tactic specifically when it's someone that I haven't had a conversation with in more than a couple of years. So, you know, when you comb through your network, sometimes you're looking at the names of people like, who are you and how'd you get here? How do I know you? In those cases, I love to start a conversation again, because if I don't remember them, there's a real good chance they don't remember me. And I can't operate in my business if people don't remember me. So I'm going to start and restart conversations over and over to get on somebody's radar again. And this is a great way to get a conversation going without initiating it yourself. Okay, so introverts in the room, you know you need to be talking to people. You know you need to be having conversations. We're all in this boat if we're introvert, right? We got to actually talk to human beings, right? But sometimes we can make that process easier for ourselves if we give them the open door so that they can start the conversation, right? Let them send you a message saying, hey, thanks for that endorsement. I totally forgot about that, right? And you continue the conversation. I just made my hand go up on Zoom. That is so funny to me. Uh, all right, so that's your skills section, and that is what you're working on for the next week. And for anyone who is still working on the about section, this is the last opportunity to finalize your verbiage there, get to the point where you love it, because if you don't love it, I don't want you to put it on your page. Okay. But this is probably the last window here to wrap up on your about section, because we go back to content creation next week. All right. I believe I just saw Miss Tori's hand up, and then
Oh, I was gonna wait. I just wanted you to check out my page.
oh, absolutely. Let me go back and share. Let me pull that back up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for permission. Miss Tori, what's your last name?
Nubin, Nubin.
Nubin. Did I get that right?
Yes. Well, I'm
Nubin.
not
Okay.
coming up.
Probably because we're not connected or even in the range. Because you're third. Yep, you're third. Third, by the way, for anyone new to LinkedIn, it means that we don't have any connections in common. Like my
Okay.
people don't know your people, nobody knows somebody else. So we are like uh, distant cousins, if you will, right?
Got you.
You third cousins.
Third cousins, right? Story, look, okay. Do you want us to, is there something specific you want us to look at, Miss Story? I don't want to go snooping and showing
Well,
everything.
no, please go snooping. That's what we paying you in
Okay.
attention for.
We're we're
So
we're we're gonna
please.
we're gonna go snooping. We're gonna
Now I
do
just put all this stuff together last week, so don't judge me too hard.
let me go straight to the first judgment that came, the first judgment that just jumped out. Let me stop on this and give this to everybody else, because I don't think I even mentioned this when I set this up for you. But in actually doing this work, here's a really important step about the about section. Okay. So yes, you've got all this real estate to create a message to help us understand who you are. At the end of your about section, though, and talking about strategy, being strategic, if the last thing in your about section is a call to action, the person reading this is more likely to take action. Okay. So everybody do what Miss Tori did. Add a call to action at the end of your about section. And let me add a caveat to that, because I can just about guess what people are going to do. The call to action at the end of your about section is not go to my website. It's not, folks. We don't give a shit about your website. We just don't. We don't. Okay. We do care about it, and we should care about it when we get down to the point where we read the call to action around your experience, which is what you do. Sure, it's legitimately used in your experience section, but up here where we just met you, like this is us meeting. This section here is us meeting. If we met at a business networking event and you gave us your business card, you're not going to follow up with go to my website. No, so that's not appropriate here. What is appropriate, and I'm giving you all the flowers, Miss Tori, because this wasn't even part of the instructions. What is appropriate is to invite someone to connect with you here. Connect. That's it. We don't have the right to be selling shit at this point. Okay. So if your call to action is go download my 52 courses, go home with that. Take that. As a matter of fact, just delete your account. It's inappropriate, right? Like we don't have the right to sell to people at this point of our profile. This is the very first piece of content. All that they learned here is who we are. So the call to action cannot be go buy my stuff. Okay. Now I got one last piece of feedback for you, Miss Tori, and this is for everybody. I still haven't read the content. I'm skimming. I'm not even skimming. I'm looking. I see. but I haven't read. Okay. What I see in my skimming, though, I'm going to guess that about 70% of your message right here has to do with what you do for a living. I see things like CFO. I see things like uh, uh, um, closing deals, tax professionals, right? Refund, right? This is all about what you do for a living. So, Miss Tori, I want you to keep this content, like leave it here for now, because for right now, we need this message. In a few weeks, though, we're going to move this content to being right here, okay, under your business umbrella. And we're going to do that for two reasons. One is because your business umbrella needs to be clickable, meaning we click your logo. We haven't gotten to this yet, so don't beat yourself up. But we're going to get to the point where this is clickable so that we end up on your business page where all of this content and this messaging is more appropriate in your experience section. Okay, so we're going to end up moving that. That said, this is for everybody in the same boat. I see this happen all the time because it is our knee-jerk reaction. We, as in us, as in Black women, when someone says, tell me your story, we tell them the story about what we do. We fall back on the story of what we do for a living. We go straight to that. So for everybody in this boat, what I'm going to beg you to do over the next month is to keep your content that you created, because we still need this storyline. We really do. I'm going to ask you to put yourself in the closet that you go to when you got to do whatever it is, wherever you go to get to that space where you can dial into you. I need the story of who are you right here. Okay. Let me throw out a couple of conversation starters if this is a real struggle for you. When I'm doing this for somebody else's profile, like when I'm creating someone's profile for them, I usually start the about section either with a question or a quote, but a quote that they said. So not Abraham Lincoln, not George Bush. It's their quote. Or a question. A question works very well because the question to the reader, the person reading this, has to mentally slow down in their reading to answer the question and be prepared for what comes next. Okay. That's a selling technique from a long time ago, to start off with a question. Get your reader to slow down and get on the same page with you. Okay. But this section really has to be all about who are you? How did you get here? Not what you do for a living, but you. Like, tell us the story of you. Okay. I particularly like to add humor into this section if the person I'm writing for has wit. So whatever your personality traits are, we need to see them in here. That's why I encourage you to use your own language here. Like something that would come out of your mouth in real life, put it here. One other tip for you. This is for those of you that if you have people on social media that take something you said and they put it in a meme, use that to start here. Okay, if you're struggling with what to write and how to start writing the about section, consider that somebody else has already quoted you over the years. Other people have already told you what they found to be valuable that you said. Okay, use that as part of your conversation to tell us who you are. Okay, Miss Tori, I sure hope that helps, but please, we're just going to move this content down the road. We're not going to eliminate this content at all. We're going to create your story though, because here's the thing, right up here, this visual, Miss Tori, I, I'm guessing, but in my guessing, I think you were visually wanting us to see you as like, that's my girl, right? That's what I'm picking up here. Like we see this, like, oh yeah, that's my girl, right? You need some tax her. Let me get you my girl. That's what I got here. And in that vein, I want to know about my girl. Like I want to know who is this big personality right here? How do we get here? Like, what's your journey? I want to know all that after seeing this.
Okay, thank you so much. That was definitely very helpful.
I'm glad. Oh, I just noticed one other thing. This is for everybody because I didn't point this out in setting this up for the homework.
Okay.
So you can't even beat yourself up, but I just noticed it, and this is for everybody. In your headline, because your headline is not a full sentence grammatically per se, it really is a headline. I encourage all of you to title case your entire headline. So capitalize the first letter of every word. Okay. Even though this is not a sentence with a period at the end, it is a value proposition. Um, in sales, we call it a value proposition, a benefit statement. So it is still a statement, but at its core, it's a headline that you would see on a magazine or a newspaper article. And those are always in title case. Okay. It just
Okay.
stands out, snaps. Oh, one other thing that stands out, y'all, that she did. I'm sorry, I'm seeing all these things after the
No,
fact.
I'm grateful. See all the things, okay?
Seeing all the things, and I'm like, man, I didn't even give this to you when I set this up. Emojis go a long way, folks. Color at the top of your page goes a long, long way. Okay, it shows your personality. Uh, it's great to break up the sections of your headline, but I do encourage you to use emojis, not just in your headline, but throughout your whole page. That's in your about section, anywhere that you have bullet points, right? When I do this for a client, I never use regular bullet points anymore. I always use emojis. Okay. Oh, let me just throw in this one last tip. I'm sorry, Miss Tori. I'm staying on your page because I see so much right here. Um, One last thing, and this is for everyone. We talked about this week one, but I want to bring it back up in case you didn't remember. Your URL, your actual URL to your LinkedIn profile can be customized, you know. You can actually customize your URL. And I highly recommend that you do because when we see the alphanumeric characters after your name, we automatically know that that's the default URL, which tells us that you never customized it. Is it the end of the world? No, it's just that the people who hang out on LinkedIn on a regular basis put that in the column of, well, maybe they're not regulars here. And that might not be true about you. This is a great opportunity, though, to stick us with your brand. So if this is not your name here, let's say you decide, oh, I want something other than Tori Nubin, right? Because I would customize this as just Tori Nubin. But if you say, hey, I want something different other than my name, then you might consider doing something like TBT Elite. Okay. Like if you really wanted to solidify your brand in our minds, you don't have to do your name here. You could do whatever your moniker is. You could do your tagline there. You could do anything that's not already taken. Okay. So it could be something like TBT Elite if it's not just your name. I do encourage you to use your name or your moniker. Okay. If your moniker, like everybody knows, my moniker is a LinkedIn professor. So before I changed it to Dr. Tawana, my URL was the LinkedIn professor. That way, no one has to fuss about how to spell my name. Okay. Thank you, Miss Tori. Thank you so much for volunteering. Thank you. Nicely done. That visual. Whew.
No, thank you. Nicely taught.
Appreciate it. All right. Who is up next? Did I miss? I have been missing. I neglected the chat again today. I'm so sorry. Did I miss a question in the chat?
Noreen said, can we
Ah, yes.
we want it based
Yes,
on how we enter the skills.
we sure can. Let me show that to you. We sure can. And it helps to actually put them in order in your Word document when you're creating all of this. But yes, once they're on your page, you can reposition things. So when you click the pencil here in your skills section, you see how you have all of, wait a second, something's wrong. Where is it? Please don't tell me they took that away. There it is. I was like, what in the world? So you got to go to the menu now. There's special extra click and go to reorder. But here you simply click and drag things up or down. And y'all just gave me homework because clearly I probably need to update this section. I just saw that. I should update this section. Thank you. I need that homework.
You also gave us 4 buckets. Can you tell us the 4 buckets again?
So one's going to be the obvious, right? All the things that someone who does what you do for a living has got to have these skills. Okay. Um, let me throw in on that one too, skills slash certifications, right? Anything that you're supposed to have that's obvious, that can be certifications, right? So if you're a PCC, MCPC, whatever that is, all the things, consider adding those too, but it's the obvious in the first bucket. The second bucket is the away from the obvious skills, but skills that would actually make you stand out in your lane, right? I call these the oxymorons, the things that other people don't have that do the same thing you do. So it makes you stand out. Okay. So not obvious, but relevant to what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third bucket is the skills slash words, phrases that have nothing to do with your profession. So these are going to be things that you love to do or things that you love. So they're not tangible skills that deal with your profession, but they are things that you love. And more importantly, these are things that would position you next to like-minded people. Okay. So as an example, when I go update mine, is my homework, I go in there and add Tiny Desk because I am officially obsessed with Tiny Desk concerts. And I love to hang out with other people who love Tiny Desk concerts. It's a thing, right? I mean, so you get it. Like Tiny Desk is a whole thing.
It's a thing.
Right? So if I add that here, then I'm positioning myself or allowing LinkedIn to position me in close proximity to like-minded people, right? So that by proxy, it works. Okay. And then the last bucket is repeating things within your top skills. And by top, we're saying these are the things you want to be paid for, the things you want to be known for, right? The things that are directly tied to your brand that need to be repeated. You need variations of those things, right? So that you don't get lost in the sauce if somebody searches life coach instead of life coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Miss Nona loves Tiny Desk too. You get it.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, for those of you who do love Tiny Desk, I think if I had to do a top three on the spot, the top three is going to be Scarface. I know that's weird. Like, how could he have the top one? Oh, Four. Let me get four. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. Okay, Scarface is one. Toby and how you say his name?
I know who you're talking about.
In you
Yeah,
know who I'm saying.
the green
Toby.
pig.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Toby. The people who won last year. The Philharmonic, y'all. If you haven't seen that, you got to go see the Philharmonic. Uh, and then the last one, I got it. I got it. If it's only four, I had to put. It's a tie. Oh, SWV. Yeah, if I only had four, y'all. Tiny Desk is my life.
who SWV in the tie with?
I was gonna say they're in a tie with Maxwell because the Maxwell one was dope, but so was yeah, I think that's probably my top five right there. That's probably it. That Scarface, like if you grew up in my era, real hip hop,
It did.
real lyricist, like Scarface is a real lyricist. He's a real poet, but he's like an actual musician too. He's super talented, amazingly talented. But I just appreciate that episode so much. I watch it at least once a day.
I love it. It's real easy to find something and just turn it on and let it go while you
On repeat. It's on repeat, like literally.
yeah, while you
My
do.
neighbors probably hate me.
Yeah, they
And
be
you saw the Scarface one was really dope. Yeah,
so,
Maxwell had a really good one too. Yep.
my words these days have been be all right with it.
I'm so all right with it. Like,
Be all right with it.
so
People
all right.
have to be all right with it. If that's what
Right.
you can,
If
be
that's
all
what you
right with it.
love, be all right
All
with
right
it.
with
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
You don't like how I am, and you don't like, be all right with
Be
it.
all right with it. Yeah. I'm taking that. I'm gonna steal
No,
that.
be all right with RWIF.
WIF.
If
With
it
be
with
all
it.
right with it.
Be all right with it.
I could do that. I like that.
Yeah,
I'm
just be
taking
all
that.
right with it. Oh, I don't like how you do that. You be doing. Be all right with it.
Be all right with it.
Cause
My country is rubbing off on you, Darlaina.
yeah, be all right with it. Cause
I like it.
I'm not changing it. So be all right.
Right. Right.
With
It's not it is what it is, right?
it. Be all right with it. That I guess that's the version of it is what it is.
Right. But
Be
be all right with it. I mean,
all
literally,
right with it. You like just be all
you
right with
know,
it.
yeah.
So does anybody have any questions for
Any
Dr.
other
Juana
questions?
before
Any
I
other?
get into the to our church announcements?
I gave your homework. Let's see. You got your homework, and I showed you Miss Noreen's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have
I
a.
Can
didn't
you hear
see
me,
any other
Darlaina?
questions.
Oh yeah,
There's
go
Miss
ahead.
Bridget.
All right. Hello, Dr. Tawana.
Hi there.
From your tip, I can honestly say from your class today, I had a pretty all right LinkedIn page and didn't know it.
Yeah,
And I deleted it. And so listening to it, I'm like, dang, I was doing pretty good.
you're doing
And
all
I
right.
delete because I would get all these people who would try to connect with me. And I was wondering where they were coming from. But I endorse people on their skills. I would endorse people, and it would be people that I came across in business world. We didn't know each other personally, but
Yeah.
I just went through endorsing people on those skills that I knew about, and other people would be attracted to me. And I was like, where do these people come from? My guilty thing is on the internet, I'm an introvert. I don't easily talk to everybody. So my question would be, how do you get rid of that guardedness that keeps you from connecting to people when they do come to you on LinkedIn to make that connection? How do you decipher, a genuine person versus a somebody that it could be a bot, it could be anything that's not genuine, but how do you decipher that?
This is a great question. I love this question because I don't want you to just randomly accept people into your network. This is for everybody. I want you to put all the walls up. Okay. Put every single wall up. Like this is a compound. You can't get in this compound. Okay. And the reason is because your LinkedIn network is directly tied to your financial well-being, which by default should mean that you are way more picky at who you let into this network than you might be somewhere like a TikTok or IG or Facebook. Like you just, people over there would just randomly follow you and it doesn't bother you, right? Over here, when someone wants to connect with you and actually get into your network, you want to be picky and choosy, right? And it's because when you let the bots in and the spammers in, they're going to turn around and do the same thing to everybody in your network because they're connected to you. So if they are a spammer at heart, they're going to spam you to get in. But once they're in your network, they see all of the people you're connected to, which means now they have new people that they can spam. And guess what's going to happen? The people you're connected to are going to start putting two and two together over time. And they're going to see, hey, we got this person in common and this person in common is spamming me, right? It's never a good look for your brand. So I need you to be very picky and choosy about who you let in. Now, when it comes to qualifications around who you let in, that's really up to you. I personally only accept people that either I had a conversation with or people who told me how they found me or people that I actually start a conversation with to get information about who they are and it goes well, right? So there's that wall up. Everybody can't just get in. If they didn't tell me in their connection request, say, hey, I saw you on Fridays with Dr. Darlaina. If they didn't say her name and they just sent a random connection request, I don't accept those. I don't. I think I might have somebody in here from like the very first week I came. I'm not positive because I didn't recognize the name at all. And there was no connection request message. So it's just a random person, but I didn't know this random person. And usually, I let the black folks in. But if I don't know you, and I see on your page, there's no content, there's no insight for me to know who you are. So I didn't accept it. Right. So over time, you'll have your own qualifications, but one of the things that's consistent is don't accept a connection request if you didn't even look at the person's page. If you don't know this person, you got the notification that says Mike Smith wants to connect with you, and you don't know who Mike Smith is, but you didn't actually go to Mike's page, then you're at fault. Okay. You got to actually go to somebody's page first. So that's a consistent one. But once you're on the page, then your qualifications come into play as to, is this person all right to be in my network? And if you are not sure, that's where I might send an actual message to the person getting more insight. That doesn't happen often, though. It really doesn't, because when I need to do that, it's because someone wanted to connect without sending a personalized message. If you don't send a personalized message, you cannot be mad that you weren't accepted into someone's network. We don't know you. We don't know why you want to connect. So it's worth taking the 20 to 30 seconds to customize your request so that someone can actually accept it. But for you, it's really critical that you keep your wall up and you're very picky and choosy about who you let into your LinkedIn network. And don't be shy about purging. I purge every quarter. It's necessary. It's necessary.
I've never purged.
It's a really good idea, a really good opportunity to start conversations. The reason I purge is because there are people in your network that you connected with, you don't know them, they don't know you, and you never had a conversation, right? So they just sat there, and over time, you forgot about each other. So when it's time for me to purge, as I'm going through, before actually purging, I will give Mike Smith an opportunity to continue the conversation. I'll send a message saying, hey, you know what? We've been connected since 2016, but we never actually had a conversation. What do you actually do now? If that conversation doesn't go anywhere, then Mike is out of here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
That makes sense.
Thank you for that question. I think that was Miss Bridget. Thank you.
Mm, mm, mm. Once again,
I know that's a lot to throw at you. It's a whole lot.
I just, I just got instantly sleepy. I'm like, oh, I need a nap first. I can't do it until I get a nap.
I'm with you. Although my excuse is I just stopped drinking coffee the other day, so
Oh,
I'm dragging with my tea. But you'd be proud of me that I'm on the tea boat now, and coffee is in my past.
it's okay because there's teas that do what coffee do. Green tea
Good.
does what coffee do. Black tea
Okay.
does what coffee do. So
Good. Good. Because I feel like I'm dragging most of the
yeah,
day. Like I'm still getting used to it. Like I need
gotta
my
brew.
coffee.
You gotta brew it darker.
I know. I do. It's
Okay.
like watered down, but thank
So,
you. I'm
yeah,
gonna take that.
yeah,
And
brew it darker. Let it sit a little while longer before you drink it. Especially black tea. Green tea is better, but black tea has the caffeine, and so does green tea. Black tea seems a
do that.
little more.
And
Go ahead.
honestly, actually has just about as much. Some teas have more caffeine than coffee. So
Really?
yeah, black tea is a strong tea. It has just as much. You may think that coffee has more, but yeah, you can brew it and you'll be up.
Yeah.
You
Thank
will
you.
be up.
Thank you for that. I'm so gonna Instacart
Go to
today.
do you have an Indian store?
I think so. I think right around the corner, actually. So
Uh,
I might walk over there, see what they got. I've never been
yeah.
over there.
Let me let Bridget answer her question, and while she does that, I'm gonna show you this brand of tea that I have. Go ahead, Bridge.
I was just gonna say there is a black lady who owns her own tiny house and land out in North Carolina. She actually has a farm, and the name of her business is Green Healthful Farms. And I thought about it because you said the word helpful about your client that you love. That got her first speaking gig at in Texas. And the Black Healthful Farms lady, she has tea that you can drink in the morning that is grown on her farm. And I think some of it is has special things in it that can help you with your body. But it's called Green Healthful Farms. You can look her up on YouTube, and she has teas. So I thought about that when Dr. Tawana said she got off the coffee boat and she liked the tea.
Are you
But and
saying green
heifer, heifer,
green
green
heifer
heifer,
farms? Okay.
green like we say,
Uh-huh.
like we say heifer in the I called it the term of endearment
It
when you said
is. It
it's spelled
is.
HEFFA,
Yeah.
Green HEFFA Farms, and it's a
Okay.
black lady. She actually did what you did about getting the land, and she's somebody, she's big on LinkedIn as well. She was some type of business CEO that left corporate America and started her own farm,
Nice.
and she has teas that I thought about her when you said heifer. I was like, oh, the green heifer farm lady has the teas.
I'm gonna check that out. Thank you for sharing that. I love to support Black businesses, so I will definitely check that out.
We prefer to support Black
I
business.
prefer,
And
absolutely.
Is Les still here?
What's today? You saw her?
I think.
Yes, I'm here.
She's
Okay.
here?
Uh-huh. So Les had this.
Hi, Dr. Tawana. I'm sorry, Darlaina.
Hey.
I'm
Okay.
gonna reach out to you later.
So don't let it sound good for somebody that got banged up in an accident earlier this week. She home now.
What?
Yeah.
Ciao, y'all. Woo,
Miss
The deer
Les,
almost flipped the daggone SUV. He hit us so hard.
dear.
Yes. What was you
Wow.
gonna say, Darlena?
I was going to say that Leslie is in the process of creating teas for my brand. So
Yes.
buy teas from me when Les gets finished.
Love
Yes.
it.
Because remember,
Absolutely.
I can't do all of it, but I will partner with the right people.
I
Yes.
love it. That's so awesome.
So she
I
Trying to
called.
need
get some
a
gold. We
lymphatic
trying to get some gold
massage.
in
I'm
that tea
waiting.
too. Huh?
I'm waiting on the lymphatic massage, the lymphatic massage thing that you do.
Listen, girl, I
I need to
got you
meet you
whenever
at.
you ready. Well, just give me a week. Give me a week.
I
Give me a
love it.
week, and then
Yeah,
then
just
I'm
keep
I'm
on
on it.
crushing.
My goodness, please feel better soon, Miss Liz.
Yes. So
Thank
I
I'm
you.
just,
glad you're all right.
Yes. Oh, child.
yeah, yeah. The whole family, not just her.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
glad you're all right. Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Yes, absolutely.
I
So,
wouldn't miss it.
so I just wanted to put that in the church announcements.
Thank you.
Let me continue with the announcements.
And my announcement, please.
Girl, your announcement is first.
Oh, thank God. Oh, look at the Lord. Let me shut up and mind my business.
Yeah, let me handle the business. I got my church notes right here. Hold on. So, in way of announcements, we are always in support of each other. And that's on period, on period. You love the church notes? Okay, I'm gonna keep the church notes. So Tori is our resident tax and credit repair person building out her business. And she had the opportunity to get her own office this year before the year is out, November 24th. She was going in with her and two other ladies. Somebody dropped out. So now that has put her in a position where she has to cover that person in order for her office dreams to be realized. So she has a $1,200 deficit that she needs to fill between now and November the 24th. So if you feel in your heart that you can help in any way, we know we done a whole lot of things with $5, $20, $50, $100, whatever. If you feel in your heart to help our fellow business woman, because this is all temporary. Y'all know this is temporary. You know this is temporary. And you know every seed that we plant is a supernatural seed. So if you have a supernatural seed that you'd like to sow into Miss Tori, by all means, please, 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 please do so. All right. So there's our first announcement. Okay, Tori. Is there anything you want to add to that announcement, darling?
Yes, thank you so much for the church announcement. I really appreciate it. And anybody under our voice and God's voice who would like to donate, just let me know. I am sending my sincerest gratitude. I'll add my Cash App and Zelle and stuff inside of the chat. And I'm just so thankful to whatever you can donate. Like, darling, I don't care if it's $1. Any dollar closer to the goal would just help me tremendously, and I'm so thankful in advance for what you can donate, and God is going to bless you 10 times fold for it.
Absolutely. We already know that. Listen, I have seen seeds grow supernaturally. You like gave somebody $20 and somebody gave you 200. And so you gave somebody $50 and all of a sudden you got 500. Like I seen 6K. I never seen 6K in my life, y'all. Not in cash in person. Like I seen it in my account before. Can't say I haven't seen it, but in my hand, in my hand. Absolutely. Gwen said, please, we owe you for pouring that AI into us anyway. So yes, absolutely. Whatever you want to do to support Tori, please do that. Um, I'm excited because today I shoot the first 3 episodes of the Healing House of Roses podcast. That starts today. Healing in every area of your life. So any type of business can be featured there. So I'm really excited for that. I'll shoot that at Rice this evening. Clock that T, clock that T. And tomorrow, Saturday, the 15th, we will have the artist way. We are going into, what are we going in, chapter 8 or chapter 7? I'm reading so much stuff at the same time, I'm confused. Um, what we finished this week? We finished chapter 7 this week.
I
Chapter
thought we
8.
was on 9.
No, we slowed down and we on chapter 8 because we decided to do it as a review. Like
Yes.
we're gonna review the chapter that we actually read during the week. So we're
Okay.
on chapter 8.
Oh, chapter 8. Okay, got you. So we'll review chapter 8. However, tomorrow we're going to start later because at 9 a.m., for those of you who are interested in going to Egypt with us, June 20, I forget, June 20 to the 29th. It's 9 days. So maybe June 20th to the 29th, 9 days in Egypt, starting in Cairo, uh, 4 days on land and 5 days cruising the Nile. With Heaven on Earth Travel has put that together for us. So tomorrow will be the Zoom call with the travel people to give us even more details on this trip. This trip is not expensive at all. Like it's like I think the base was like $2,400, and then you have to I think you have to get your own flight coming from wherever you are coming from. So it's quite doable. We we are all on payment plans, paying it out bit by bit until next year, June 2026. So we still have time. So that's going to be tomorrow morning. We'll do the Zoom with her first, and then we'll jump on and do the Artist Way immediately after. Um, let's see. I think that's all I have. Does anybody have anything else that they need to add before we have our blessing for this day? Mm-mm-mm. All I know is I'm just extremely grateful because God don't play about us. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I'm telling you. I can also say that the new Healing House of Roses 2.0 is in my eyesight. It's in my crosshairs, and I am finalizing things. So send prayers for the finalization of it all, and that today will be the day that it is finalized, and maybe by I don't know Monday, Tuesday, or even today, I'll have the keys in my hand. So that is all happening behind the scenes as we speak. Go ahead, Les.
I just want to say to talk, Dr. Tawana, I know everybody, we always say that this has been amazing. But I want to say this has been, for me personally, exceptionally amazing because it's really helped to see the business and see LinkedIn. And for that introvert person that I am, it has definitely pulled that Band-Aid off and opened me up to seeing things a lot differently. So thank you, thank you, thank you for that. And I just want to put that out there in the world.
Uh,
You're so welcome. Thank you for that feedback. Thank you. I love it for the introverts because
yeah.
we need all the help we can get.
The thing that it's reminding me of is that and they asked in the 5 minutes of gratitude today. Let's see if I can find it. Um, it says, a second chance I've been given, a privilege I have that until now I've taken for granted. And you can put LinkedIn in both of those places. LinkedIn is definitely it's felt like a lost land that I forgot that I was even in. And to be able to do this work together, to rework some of the things, I'm not the same person that I was when I did it the first time. Shucks, I'm Dr. now, Doctor Dr. Doctor Rose, right?
That's right. You got to update that.
It's a whole nother situation. So you're not the same person either. So it is now time for us to show up and show out. And I like the fact that when we are now looking at LinkedIn profiles, not only is it talking about work, it's talking about who you really are at the
Yeah.
core of you. And
Right.
so when people see that, they now can say, oh, this is my girl. And I do want to work with my girl because she seems so cool. Like she said cuss words and everything. She asking me questions and all that. Like, yo, I mess with this. So I'm definitely doing that. Yeah.
You see why it's so important to show up on LinkedIn as yourself and not filter. This is
Yeah.
why I tell my clients that LinkedIn is not where you go to code switch. Don't let that word professional fool you. Even in the professional space, people have to get to know you, the real you. So the filter just slows down your whole process. And I see it every day. I mean, I've got one client in particular that I can't help with removing her filter. We've done everything and she shows up and she's just as like you, it reminds you of the Price is Right girls, you know, the models on the Price is Right that are so stiff, like they only move a certain way because they have no personality, or that's what it looks like because they're so stiff. And
Yeah.
my client is like that. She's so stiff. Everything is so code switch. It's filtered. And I said, honey, if you don't take all of that off, like throw that off, clearly nobody's showing up to see the filtered version of you. It's not even working for you. But the moment that you are you, right? The moment that you lean into the value behind your personal brand, which is you at its core, it is you.
Mm-hmm.
That's when this platform becomes a win for you. And you've heard me say it. People think I'm exaggerating, but LinkedIn changed my life.
I
I
can
can't
see.
I can't do what I do in real life if it weren't for LinkedIn. That's just the fact of it. Like the people in my Rolodex today, they wouldn't be here if it weren't for LinkedIn. The doors that
They
open.
don't know what a Rolodex is.
Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot.
Some people do. Some people do. Some people do.
Stop it.
Right. Right. Yeah. I bet somebody just Googled Rolodex.
I know, Gwen, you
Right.
know, I know.
Right.
Those of
You
us of a
know,
certain age, we
a
do
certain
know.
age,
But yes, but yeah,
but
it's so funny because I said that to my daughter. She said,
a what?
what
You can't even
is
say
that?
phone book. They're like, what's a phone book? But no, really, what I want to leave with you though is this is the place where you really can be you despite what you feel uncomfortable doing elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why it's really important to actually have a presence on this platform so that you don't fall into the trap of needing to be Facebook famous
Yes,
and
absolutely.
broke.
Yeah. Broke. Like how she said that, broke.
I mean, that's the whole point that
Yeah.
people, this is the reason that people pay for ads on the other platforms. It's because they want to increase their following. I get it. But every marketing firm out there is encouraging you to have millions of followers. It's just that in my 11 years of coaching, I'm coaching the people who have millions of followers. I'm coaching people who have hundreds of thousands of people because they went viral last weekend, right? I'm coaching those people, and I'm telling you, when we get down to the nitty gritty, these people, put it this way: if you're relying on Zuckerberg to pay you, you're not rich.
Mm-mm.
You're not rich. The Facebook checks that I've seen, and I've seen one or two that are nice checks, but not nice compared to the work that went involved, the work that went into it, the investments for the ads that went into it, all that client had to do to get that check. Child, we ain't spending money on LinkedIn, and we're collecting 4 times more just in one conversation.
That part. That's the part. I said what I said, and that's really it. Now the part that has to happen now is the part that can be challenging for a lot of us. I know for me is one of the things, and that's why I want to create a space for execution. Now you got to go do it.
Do the work.
Now you gotta go do it.
Do the work.
You can't talk about it. You gotta go do it. So whatever you need to do to go do it, go to your local coffee shop, go grab your girlfriend and say we working together today. Go get on Zoom with somebody else that you have created as your accountability partner and say, listen, we working. Even if you don't do nothing while she working and you working, or he working and you working, you breathing at each other. But you know that in that breath and in that breathing, you are making your magic. You are doing your stuff. Execution is the part. Like we need to move. Like God gave us everything. We just won't move, or we won't believe in ourselves enough to move. Move and do it. Sometimes I look at stuff that I've done and I say to myself, how did you do that? Like the world looking at you like you just the best thing since sliced bread, and you thinking like, okay, like that was cool when I did that. So how can I do more? What is it that I need to do more of? So just like our good friend Kemp Satchel, who runs Life Changing Alliances on another page, he created that page because all he wanted to do was read a book, but he didn't want to read the book by himself. So he brings together these people who they read together. That's it. That's it. They just read together. And they read and then they take their own they say the parts that resonate with them and have a whole discussion about books that they're reading. I was a part of their group for a long time before I created my own. So we are here to do the stuff. So let's just do the things. So with that being said, I see Dr. Long is unmuted, so she can
Yay!
give us
Oh,
anything.
brother.
Yes, give us any thought that you may have, and then you can give us our blessing for today.
Well, my thought is I know what a Rolodex is. So that puts me in that category. And
Love-
I'm skating as fast as I can to keep up with the rest of you all. And thank God for you and Bridget and everybody who come back around to see about me. But I'm not leaving the game. I'm hanging in there.
Yes.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Everybody can hear me?
Yes, everybody can hear me. Hold on one second.
All
Dr.
right.
Long.
Thank you,
Leslie.
Dr. Tawana. You're a real blessing.
Yes.
Come on, everybody. I'm blessed going in.
I'm blessed
I'm
going in.
blessed going in.
I'm blessed coming out.
I'm blessed
I'm
coming out.
blessed coming out.
I'm blessed in the city.
I'm blessed in the city.
I'm blessed in the field.
I'm blessed in the field.
And I got one of them fields. I'm going to be that farmer lady. Blessed in the field. I'm always in the right place at the right time.
Always
Always in the right place, the right time,
with the right people.
With
with the right people,
Look around. Doing the right thing
doing the right
people.
things
for the right reason.
Right.
for the right reasons.
And everything's in divine order.
And everything is in divine order.
As Jabez says, bless us indeed.
As Jabez says, bless us indeed.
Expand our territory.
Expand our territory.
Extend an open hand of favor to us.
Extend an open hand of favor to us.
That we may do no harm.
That we may do no harm.
And we let go and let God.
And we let go and let God.
Then go with the flow.
The flow.
Go with the flow.
And let the blessings and the money roll in.
And let the blessings and the money
roll
roll in.
in.
From the north, south, east, and west.
From the north,
south, east, and west.
From above and beneath.
From above
and beneath.
From known and unknown sources.
From
known and unknown sources.
Tell us about our money.
We have supernatural unlimited money, sowing supernatural unlimited seeds.
And we live and give out of God's overabundance so we never run out.
Never run out.
Never run out.
Never run out.
Thank you,
We
Jesus.
always have more than enough.
Always have
We
more.
always have more than enough.
Always have more than enough.
More than enough to do anything our heart desires.
More
More
than
than
enough to
enough
do
to do
Anything
anything
our
our
heart
hearts
desires.
desires.
More than enough to do anything God puts on our hearts to do for others.
More than
More
enough
than
to do
enough to do
God puts on our
anything
anything God
hearts
God
puts
puts
on our
on our
heart
hearts
for
to do
others.
to do
for
for
others.
others.
Yeah, get that $1,200 to work. We have
Yes.
money to spend, money to lend, and money to keep.
We have
Money
money
to
to
spend,
spend,
money to
Money to
lend, and
lend,
money to
money to
keep.
keep.
Because where's our bank?
Heaven.
And where's the
Yeah, mine
branch
be on the
bank,
bus.
Tori? You got your money, honey.
Yeah.
Branch banks, look around, see where your assignment is today. Amen. Thank you, Dr. Tawana. You're going to catch me up. I'm not beating up on myself. I'm hanging in there.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Thank you.
We are so grateful
Thank
for
you.
all we do.
Miss Noreen,
We
feel better.
yes, I see that. Feel better for sure. Feel better for sure.
Do.
Oh, we want her to feel better than better. We want her back to factory settings and her whole
Thank you.
family. And
Yes.
thank God for Brenda coming home from Jamaica. And my niece just had surgery and she's home already. So God has got us, y'all. Just keep the faith.
Yes,
Amen.
yes, and yes, I have to agree. With something else. Oh, for those of you who really want an accountability partner, you got a whole room of people here. Let me just let y'all know I'm available if anybody wants to work today. I'm free after 2 p.m. So why put off for tomorrow what you could do today? So if you are available, then connect. And if anybody else has a time and they want to connect, put it there and go do it. It's going to be the game
Well,
changer.
I'm looking for Bridget if she's available.
Bridget, you have been
I,
summoned.
well, I'm driving, so I don't know if I've been up since 2 a.m. myself.
Oh,
But I'll
No, you
probably be
need to
sleeping.
sleep. You call me when you're available, honey.
Yeah,
You sleep,
yeah.
you drive and sleep and do what you need to do.
Absolutely. So there's Leslie's number right there. So y'all grab that, whoever wants to grab that. And let's get to it because we be getting to the money. It's time for us to get to the money. Thank you everybody
And
for
shout out to Donna Carey gave us partners a while ago, prayer partners. And I try to stay connected. Yvette is my partner, so I try to stay connected to Yvette as much as possible.
yeah.
And our prayer partners as well. Yeah, prayer partners.
The devil is a lie.
Yeah.
Well, Nona Carey, if you still have that list, why don't you repost it again? Or reshuffle us a new list and let's see what we can do with it. Let's see who God assigns us to.
Well, Darlena, you're my prayer partner, so I
Always, always.
don't need to be reshuffled.
So God knows who you need and God knows what you need. And so
Sure enough.
let's just see how the chips fall. So thank you everybody for being here. Have an amazing day on purpose. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same station for our law of attraction call. And then we will convene for the 9 a.m. Zoom for Egypt. And then immediately following, we will do our artist way. We connected.
All right.
We getting it done.